3 things that you don't like about us.
One thing I don't like about you is you're scared of your own wife. Why are you scared of your own wife? Wait, Daddy.
Well, no. Wait, Manny. Who's scared of his wife?
Daddy.
How?
No, Mom. Daddy, yesterday I told you to tell Mom, to ask Mom a question. Why did you ban Roblox? Now Daddy is telling me. You know, Mommy, how she will start asking me questions. Start shouting at me. She'll start arguing at me. So just start focusing on how to get the phones back. Me, I'm like, see you very
focusing on getting the phones back.
And Daddy,
See, I found a way. She found a way.
You know, babe.
She found a way.
You know we cannot work like that.
You won't believe what happened to Bahati's energy the moment Diana Bahati reacts. 1 second, he is loud, playful, in charge. The next second, he is joking, apologizing, and backing off like he touched a live wire. And here is the part that keeps fans arguing. He calls it humor. He calls it love. He calls it respect. But why does the same naogopa bibi yangu joke show up at the exact moment tension shows up too? Stay to the end because the pattern gets clearer the deeper you go. And the final section about pranks going wrong is where the switch flips from content to pure survival mode.
I kept quiet. Can you imagine? Nilimquestion nikamuuliza, okay, so you've been calling this person, texting this person, nini, and he admitted. Kaniambia yes.
It was at this moment that he...
Today, we're not here to prove anything. We're not diagnosing anyone. We're not claiming what happens behind closed doors. We're doing something simpler and honestly more revealing. We're analyzing on-camera moments from the public content where fans say the power dynamic feels intense. And we are doing it in a way that you can verify yourself because the key is not what anyone claims. The key is what the camera keeps catching. So, as you watch, remember this lens. Not, is Bahati scared? But, why does he act scared right when Diana is displeased? Now, let us get into the 9 patterns viewers keep pointing out. We start with the joke that never dies. I am scared of my wife. Naogopa bibi yangu. Diana atanimaliza. Wacha niseme pole. Sitaki drama. What to look for? Any moment where Bahati says it casually, then laughs like he's trying to defuse something, but pay attention to the timing. Does the joke really appear randomly? Or does it appear when Diana looks even more slightly annoyed? Because that is where fans start connecting dots. He keeps calling it a joke, but why does the joke show up so often whenever Diana looks irritated?
Here is the ultimatum.
Kuna ultimatum?
And here is the micro detail that makes it feel bigger than humor. The laugh comes, then the retreat. A topic gets dropped, a story gets shortened, a sentence dies halfway. And keep watching because in section 2, you'll see the exact moment that confident energy collapses right after she corrects him.
Kuna mali nilidanganya.
Mbona unapenda drama?
Why did you say you had 2 exes? Moja wa DJ.
Ni huyo tu.
This is where the vibe changes from comedy to something more layered. What to look for? Vlogs or interviews where Diana interrupts, corrects details, or says something like, "No, that's not what happened. Sio hivyo." Or, "Stop, you're lying." Now, watch Bahati's reaction closely. Not what he says, how he becomes smaller. The common signs that viewers point out: his tone lowers, he stops performing, he agrees quickly, he switches the topic, and he forces a laugh. Notice how he goes from loud and confident to instant calm and agreeable the moment Diana checks him. And to be clear, couples correct each other. That is normal, but that makes this pattern feel intense in the speed. It is not discussion. It is not an instant reset. Now, this pattern is the one that makes fans use words like damage control. What to look for: any scene where Bahati proposes a plan, visitors coming over, a trip, a party, a purchase, a house move, posting certain content, then Diana objects. and he flips fast. Not, let's discuss. Not, here's my point. But, okay, basi tuache. Sawa, tutafanya venye umesema. This isn't compromise. This looks like real-time damage control. And again, we're not calling it fear as a fact. We're saying the way it plays on camera suggests urgency, like he's trying to prevent a bigger conflict. This is also where the producer energy starts to show, because the objection isn't just only about the plan. Sometimes it's about the optics, how they look, what the audience will say, what the comments will do. Then, this is one of the most emotional sections because on the surface, it looks romantic. Gifts, dates, sweet words, babe forgive me energy. What to look for? Anytime Bahati posts an apology or a romantic gesture, soon after online backlash involving Diana or after a public moment that made viewers uncomfortable, sometimes it's not even a direct apology, it's sudden softness, a big gesture, a surprise. The gifts look romantic, but the timing makes it feel like he's trying to restore peace first. This is where audience psychology kicks in. People don't only watch what is posted, they watch when it is posted, because timing tells a story. If the audience senses a conflict and then they see a grand gesture right after, they interpret it as a repair strategy. You stay inside what is visible and wait until you see section 5, because even when he says nothing, his body says a lot. Sometimes the loudest evidence is silent. What to look for? Fidgeting, forced laughter, avoiding eye contact, sudden quietness, over-explaining, checking her face before answering, and especially these phrases, the permission check language, sindio babe, ama niseme, unaonaje, ni sawa. He doesn't just respect her, he checks in like he's asking permission to speak. Now, to be fair, some couples are simply polite on camera. Some people are anxious in general, and sometimes it's just performance. But here is the key. Does the nervousness increase specifically when Diana is displeased? If yes, fans interpret it as fear response, not a personality trait. Now, if you think that's intense, the next one is where the environment itself looks like it belongs to her, like she runs the room. And this is where fans stop focusing on jokes and start focusing on structure, what to look for. Since where Diana directs the flow, who sits where, when filming stops, what gets edited, what gets posted, who gets welcomed, and who gets shut down. Sometimes it's obvious, sometimes it's subtle, a hand gesture, a look, a stop filming, a remove that. Also, pay attention to how staff or friends respond. Do they look to Diana for approval? Do they wait for her reaction? Do they adjust once she speaks? In their own content, Diana often looks like the producer and Bahati looks like he's trying not to get in trouble. Now, this is not automatically negative. Some households have a stronger leader. Some brands have one main director, and that can be normal. But the controversial question that drives comments is, if he's the husband and the public figure too, why does he sometimes appear like he's the second in command in his own moment? And now we get to a pattern that is almost cinematic. This one is pure tension because it's not about what is said, it's about what gets swallowed. Moments where Bahati is talking freely with friends, joking, storytelling, maybe even exaggerating. Then Diana enters and the energy changes. He goes quiet, he changes the story, he redirects, he suddenly remembers respect. He gives the don't say that here vibe. Sometimes it's a laugh that fades too fast. Sometimes it's a sentence that ends early. Sometimes it's an immediate topic change. He has a voice until Diana is in the conversation, and this is where the mystery becomes addictive because viewers start asking, what topic is he avoiding? Why is he avoiding it? And what reaction is he expecting? Then slow down for the most intense pattern, pranks, because pranks reveal the real emotional stakes. Pranks are supposed to be easy content. You laugh, you argue, you hug. You end the video, but what to look for is the moment the prank stopped being funny to her. Couple prank videos where Diana's reaction becomes stone-faced, angry, or silent. Then watch Bahati. He stops performing, he stops pleading, he over-explains, he begs for forgiveness, he rushes to fix it. And the key moments is always the same. The second he realizes it's not content anymore. He expected laughs. The second he sees she's serious, he switches to survival mode. Now again, some couples have different humor thresholds. Some people hate being embarrassed on camera. That's fair, but what makes fans uncomfortable is when the panic seems disproportionate, like he's not just trying to save the prank, he's trying to save the entire mood of the house. And now we reach the part where the audience itself becomes part of the story, because the comment section, it's not just reacting, it's pressuring. This is where the internet turns into a courtroom and everyone thinks they are a judge. Posts where fans comment things like, "Unaogopa bibi yako," "Diana anakutawala," and he responds even jokingly, or live videos where viewers ask direct questions and Bahati dodges, laughs, or changes the topic. Even the audience sees it and he never fully denies it, he just laughs it off. People joke with audiences all the time. A comment is not proof of reality, but it becomes a psychological loop. The audience labels him, he jokes about the label becomes stronger, and then every future clip gets interpreted through that lens. So what are we really seeing? Across these 9 patterns, the consistent theme is not fear as a confirmed fact, it's responsiveness, a rapid shift in behavior based on Diana's reaction, and that responsiveness can be interpreted in multiple ways. One interpretation, he's being respectful, he's avoiding conflict, or he's protecting the brand. He knows the camera amplifies everything, so he corrects course quickly. Another interpretation, the one fans argue about, he appears conditioned to de-escalate instantly. Like the cost of pushing back is too high, even if that cost is only emotional tension, public embarrassment, or a cold vibe in the home. Now, I want to ask you one question. When Bahati says, "Naogopa bibi yangu," do you hear a harmless joke, or do you hear a habit built from real tension? Tell me in the comments, but keep it respectful, because we're analyzing content, not attacking people. If you want part 2, I can break down the exact types of details music and pasting creators use to hide or reveal tension in couple vlogs without ever saying a single accusation. Subscribe, because the next video is where we compare this dynamic to other celebrity couples and you'll start noticing the same patterns everywhere.